here in Atlanta, but our membership extends or expands across the world actually, because Atlanta is an international city.
Okay.
So we support and assist entrepreneurs to take their business endeavors to that next level.
Okay.
You know anything about Atlanta, the entrepreneur population is very significant. In fact, the entrepreneur experience is a big part of the ATL experience. So the demand for what we offer is the entrepreneurs actually begins or expands based here organization of entrepreneurs.
Well, what is the Black Chamber?
So we're an organization of entrepreneurs based here in Atlanta, but our membership extends or expands across the world actually, because Atlanta is an international city.
Okay.
So we support and assist entrepreneurs to take their business endeavors to that next level.
Okay.
About Atlanta, the entrepreneur population is very significant. In fact, the entrepreneur experience is a big part of the ATL experience. So the demand for what we offer is huge because of the city of Atlanta.
And there really are a lot of people who try to be business owners here in our city, which is really cool. So why is it important for them to get involved?
Well, entrepreneurs, business owners, they need a trusted, reliable source for information, access to resources, exposure for their business, exposure for their brand.
Yeah.
And so to be connected to the Atlanta Black Chambers is to be in the know. You don't want to miss on a wonderful program or some resources that have been made available. And so when you are connected to the chamber, you find out consistently all the information that you need to know, and this is very important.
Okay, and for women entrepreneurs, you really target them specifically.
Yeah, with the Women's League. And so we've seen, with Black women.
Well, entrepreneurs, business owners, we offer is experience is a big part of the ATL experience. So the demand for what we offer is huge because of the city of Atlanta.
And there really are a lot of people who try to be business owners here in our city, which is really cool. So why is it important for them to get involved?
Well, entrepreneurs, business owners, they need a trusted, reliable source for information, access to resources, exposure for their business, exposure for their brand.
Yeah.
And so to be connected to the Atlanta Black Chambers is to be in the know. You don't want to miss on a wonderful program or some resources that have been made available. And so when you are connected to the chamber, you find out consistently all the information that you need to know, and this is very important.
Okay, and for women entrepreneurs, you really
Morning. My name is Samuel. I'm the communication lead for the Atlanta Black Chambers Global Opportunities Committee, and Ricardo is running late, so we'll start as we await the arrival of Ricardo. But we have our guest here, Michelle Da Silva. She's the Global Opportunities Committee Global Opportunities lead for Germany. And then we have Mr. Ernest. Mr. Ernest, are you in?
Yes, I'm in.
Oh, great. Thanks for joining us.
Oh,
Ricardo,
no problem.
Ricardo is joining late, but we're going to have the conversation while Ricardo joins us. I'm going to start with Miss Michelle. How are you doing, Miss Michelle?
Hi, hello everybody. Good morning for this one that are in Atlanta, and good afternoon for everybody that has joined from Germany. So I am Michelle da Silva Wagner, and I am the regional leader for the Atlanta Black Chamber and GOC Committee in Germany. So yeah, thank you everybody. I'd like to tell you a little bit about what the delegates made here in Germany, how was our trip. And at the same time, I'd like to say for everybody welcome that are joining from Germany. I see some names here that I already know. Yeah, and after that, I hope Samuel can give them a highlights moment that you can see a little bit about Germany. So yeah, Ricardo was here from March 13 until March 16. and we got incredible time. Was really important for companies here in Germany that was join us. We met at the first time was together to know a little bit better, was together to eat some German food, to introduce Ricardo to a German culture. Yeah. And after that on Friday, we got different kind of events. One of them was an appointment with Ernest. Yes, thank you.
Go on,
Uh, one of them was the first one as appointment together with the German Chamber of Commerce that they can explain Ricardo and the people that are joining here about how German's market looks like. And after that, we had some break, but after that, we went to a B2B matchmaking where some German companies are joined. And in this matchmake, we talk, the people could introduce their business, talk a little bit more, what they are challenged, what they're looking for. Yeah, and some of them we talk later to you about. Yeah, so, and today I'm here also to highlight you guys about business opportunities in Germany. Can I go ahead, San, or should Ernest come?
Yeah,
Okay.
hold on. So let's introduce Mr. Ernest. Mr. Ernest,
Okay.
please unmute yourself, please.
Mhm.
You can just introduce yourself and tell us about your company. So Mr. Ernest is based in Amsterdam. He has a wonderful company in Amsterdam. You are muted, Mr. Ernest. Mr. Ernest, let me tell him to unmute. Hello, Mr. Ernest. Hi, Mr. Ernest, can you unmute your mic, please? Okay, while we are trying to get Mr. Ernest, so we have the chat. Please introduce yourself on the chat. Let's know who you are. Let's know where you're joining us from. You can just put your details on the chat, your WhatsApp, your LinkedIn profile, what you do, your company. Would like to know you better. Mr. Ernest, are you there? Mr. Ernest. Oh my God. Okay. Michelle, please go ahead.
Thank you, Sam. So I'm Michelle. So I have a company. My company's name is Go Ahead Business. In Go Ahead Business is a consulting and training companies for the topic sustainability and project management. So first, sustainability is really important for everybody that has joined the Scout to know that the European Union has new laws about its sustainability, and you cannot make business with Europe in the future if your company don't own a sustainable strategy. But now I'm talking about some business opportunity here in Germany, and the first of all is about green technologies and renewable energy. So German market is growing on this topic, and they would like to be carbon neutrally by 2045, and there are a rich demand on sustainable solutions.
Michelle, a moment, please. I think Mr. Ernest is back.
Okay.
Mr. Ernest, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay, great to have you. If it's possible, can you also come on video?
Yeah,
or if it's not possible, you can just go ahead.
The picture was very difficult to assess the picture. I'm still busy doing the picture.
Okay, no, yeah. We can hear you. So
okay.
Please introduce yourself and tell us the name of your company, what you do in Amsterdam. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. I'm a CEO for a restaurant company. I'm from Ghana originally, but I've been here for about 40 years. And,
40 years, amazing.
40, yeah. And by God's grace, in fact, we started from the scratch, and we have got to a certain level, which is fantastic. And Ricardo was here, and we really had a nice time with Ricardo. And he tried to join me into the group, and I was very happy. I was also interested, but quite unfortunate that today I went to town to buy one or two things. I haven't even finished, but I was in a rush. Yeah, I was in rush to join the group. So that is me in
So
Amsterdam.
tell us, 40 years, 10 decades doing
Yeah,
business,
yeah.
being in Holland, how has it been for Black-owned businesses in Netherlands?
Oh,
How easy has it been?
okay.
Tell us.
As you compare to other countries in Europe,
Yes.
it's very different. Very different. Here, things are very flexible, provided you follow the instructions. Yeah, and you know, my Africans, most of them doesn't want to take risks, as I said the other day. So if
Wow.
you challenge yourself and take risks, Father, you will get to somewhere. You see, and I see no problem here in Holland. One thing is you have to know how to move with the citizens, and there is no problem, as I can see. Yeah,
So for Black-owned businesses to thrive in the Netherlands, they must take risks. Is that what you are saying?
they must do what?
They must take risks. You said
Oh
Black people. Yes.
yeah. Because you have to in life, not only in Holland, in
Yeah.
everywhere you have to take challenges. You have to take risks before you can succeed. So if you are afraid to take risks, you always stay where you are. You see, and if you don't feel shy, you don't be afraid to take the risks, and you join the Dutch system, you just follow the instructions, their bureaucratic system, and you work through, provided God is with you. See, you manage your things very well, and you get on the line.
So when you look at the business landscape in Netherlands and you look at the Black community in Netherlands, how is it like the percentage of business owners in the Netherlands that are Black-owned?
Well, Black owned are very few. We are now
Wow.
coming in, popping up, and that's what I said. Now, since I started, now there are a lot of guys following me, so they are coming gradually, and I know most of them will join us.
Wow. So you've inspired a new generation of Black-owned businesses in the Netherlands.
Yes, we have most of them do a travel agency and the food stuff, the food marketing. You see, but for the restaurant, I think I have about 2 of them because I started first, and then now I have 2 more Ghanaians in the system. But when you go to other cities in Holland, you can also see Nigerians also popping up. Yeah.
So when you started business, is it since 40 years ago that you came into Holland, or what year did you start this business?
Well, I started business somewhere 20 years ago.
20 years.
First, I was doing a cleaning job. Yeah, and I decided to go home. I did a nail factory in Ghana, but those days it was very difficult for my wife and I to handle the case. The case was so young. So the factory, I abandoned the factory in Ghana and came back again. And when I came, then she told me, okay, then so far as she's a caterer, she went to a catering school. And I was also working with a Golden Tulip Hotel. So I got some skills from the hotel as well. So she told me that just if we forget about the new company, then let's join the restaurant. And then right away we joined the restaurant business.
Great. All right, I will come back to you. Let me go back to Ms. Michelle. Ms. Michelle, so tell me, you wanted to tell us about the business landscape in Germany and the opportunities that are available for Black entrepreneurs. Please go ahead.
So, I talked before about green technology and renewable energy, and now the second opportunity, or I show some sector that are the, how can I say, fire sector, they are with high demand. And the second one is about healthcare technology. The population in Germany, I go getting old, and there is an increasing need for advanced healthcare solutions. And if you have all advanced healthcare solution linked to AI, intelligence artificial could be also helped out from the side from the German government. So the other sector that have a lot of opportunity is about e-mobility. infrastructures. If your company works with some e-mobilities like electric cars, bikes, and this kind of things, is a mark that is still growing in Germany. The other point is about Industry 4.0 in advanced manufacturers. If you have different kind of solutions for this kind of manufacture, like integration system, this kind of things is a huge opportunity. Fintech's innovation, have somebody here, Samuel Poku, that later he's present his company. Fintech sector is a sector that has really grown in Germany. Other sect is about virtual reality, quantum technologies in these kinds. And e-commerce and digital marketing is growing really, really faster here. And in the topic where I am inside and Aldiane Sacco that are here is a sustainability consulting about, as I told you before, business strive to meet sustainability regulation and environment in Germany is really important. And Jane is here and later she tell about some kind of sustainability product that can that you can have also for a business. Yeah. And we are about real estate and property management. Real estate is a huge market in Germany. Germany is built a lot of construction sector, and this kind is all a really good opportunity. Language and education service is also, and different kind of consulting service. So there is a lot of needs specific for people that are from IT sectors, because Germans stay a little bit behind what we tell about technology. And if you have new solution, your company is really, really welcome here. Of course, your company needs to know a little bit more specific topics from the German markets, and my company is out here to support you on these topics. And we have other people here like lawyers from Black community, yeah. And the Black community here is increasing. We saw that we have, how can I say, it's made some kind of more go together. But I think after Ricard and delegates visit us, there is a movement that people start to be aware about the importance of Black business, about this market size, about the opportunity. Yeah, and we are here motivated to bring more people to this community. Thank you, Sam.
So presently now, where do you think we have more Black-owned businesses in Germany?
Again, the question?
Where are they concentrated? Where can you find a lot of Black-owned businesses in Germany?
Okay, so we find a different kind of Black business. For example, have a different kind of like restaurants, but we have company on consulting service. We have like the company that we visit here in the coffee sector from Ethiopian. We have a Black business in the wine sector. They are different. They are totally different on education service. Yeah. We don't have a lot in tech and service all. They have some hubs that support Black community. So it's totally different. And from the size, they are small entrepreneurs, but they have entrepreneurs on the middle size, about 50 employees, 200 employees. It's a mix.
All right, thank you. In case you are just joining us, we are on this call. This is the GOC Power, where we are focusing on the Atlanta Black Chambers trade delegation to Germany, Europe, to Germany, France, and the UK. But we are focusing today on Germany and the Netherlands. And Ricardo is trying to join us. He's running late. But we have on this call Ms. Michelle Da Silva Wagner. She's the GOC regional lead for Germany. And we have here Mr. NX Bawu. He's the CEO of Gold Coast Restaurant in the Netherlands. So, Mr. NX, are you there?
I'm sorry, I'm taking in for him because he's having a short appointment somewhere. So he just posted me to come in and talk to you.
Okay.
So I'm going to try. I'm going to try.
Okay, that's great. So it's a joint business.
Yeah,
So in case
something,
you don't
something
know,
like that.
that's our next wife. So
Yeah.
so tell us, I'm sure you are there when those businesses were conceived. So what are the challenges that you guys faced when you are setting up this business?
Yeah. At the moment, the major challenge is personnel. Most of our dishes are from Africa, and on the market here or job markets, we don't have much people who knows how to cook Ghanaian or African food. So that was a challenge for us in the beginning, and we started recruiting people ourselves. Um, and if you started like that, then it's a little bit cost, and also financially, it was a little bit, it was a big jump for us since we didn't have such a big restaurant in the beginning. We had it very small, and then we extended to this big place. That has also been a challenge, and then the challenge of understanding how it works here with the with Ghanaian with Ghanaian mentality or African mentality, bringing it to Europe, and also wanted to establish something that is Europe style. So yeah, it's been a little bit challenging for us for something like 1.5 years now since we jumped to this place. Yeah.
Oh, great. So what do you have in your menu? Is it African menu, Ghanaian menu? What do you have in your menu? Is it
We have
intercontinental?
mhm, we have
Go on.
Ghanaian menu. That's the main, but we have adjusted a little bit European, some very simple European menu to come because not everybody would like to eat the Ghanaian menu. So we added to it. But the idea has been a lot of people who are coming in would like to enjoy the Ghanaian menu. And
So how do you source your ingredients and spices, and do you bring it from Ghana?
there's some that we think from Ghana is better, and we've been getting it from Ghana. And there's a lot of these entrepreneurs who goes to Africa to bring their African goods also here. For example, we have our gardeners. We get it from there's a Uganda guy here who imports those things, okra, gardeners to the Netherlands, and also through Tubana, we can get a lot of stuff from Colombia. That is also the same as what we have in Africa, and there's some that we are adjusting it to be like Africa texture or Africa taste. Yeah.
So do you think that that's an opportunity for Black entrepreneurs? They can look at that value chain and be able to plug in and see how they can do business from that angle.
Absolutely. There are challenges with every step that you take. You have to take with risk. If you are determined to reach where you want to go, I think you can reach it. Even nowadays, getting stuff from Africa or Ghana to the Netherlands is possible, but maybe it will bring some costs. But if you check or with how much you can pay here or the quality that it will give you for your product, I think it's worth it. So most often it's been a challenge, but there's always a way to get into stuff. Yeah.
So if an entrepreneur wants to get into that value chain, do they have to go through a lot of process, a lot of paperwork? Do you need to get a lot of paperwork, a lot of permits, or it's easier to just bring in products from Africa into the Netherlands?
You have to get a permit. Even if you import something, I think there should be a permit. They would like to know your VAT number. You have to be registered. The transaction, they would like to get it through online. They don't want you to pay cash. And if you can reach all these requirements, I think they will also take it into account for your monthly or quarterly profit transactions so that they can take some tax from you or you can get some tax back. I think doing it the right way, you can also reach where everybody is doing. Like the Chinese, when they get their stuff in, they show everything. They let it go through food and drug level. Also, you that you're going to buy, you also want to see the quality, whether it's Holland quality. For example, most often I've seen that the ginger, the good ginger that is coming from Africa, they don't wash it. But the one that is coming from Colombia is well washed and well preserved. And when you use it, you get a good quality. So always, even if it's from my country, I won't take them because it will give me a lot of work. And I'm advising my African people, hey, when you get it from the farm, try to wash it, clean it, pack it well, and present it. Then you get a market. And that is what we normally do here. Yeah.
Oh, great. So yeah, I know there is another set of people, you know, especially a lot of Africans that travels a lot, or maybe they are living in Europe. When they are traveling into Europe, they like to, you know, bag a lot of African foods and all that. Is that also a source for you to get products? And how big is that industry in quotes?
I think the African goods, Africa is more near to Europe than I think from Colombia coming here. I once spoke with one of my partners, that is Tubana, who gives me the ripe plantain. I use a lot of that, and I asked him, why don't you buy it from Africa? Because Africa is near than from Colombia. And then he insisted that always with the Africans, something that will be delay with the goose, and something like banana, it will end up that he will throw them away. So I think the communication between the Africans and the and European has to be improved. If it gets improved, our products are more near, because we have a lot of, I've seen a lot of East Africa goose here, but other Africa country, I don't see. From West Africa, I don't see our products. And then I don't see also, North Africa is also inside because they are near to Morocco, they can bring their goods. But West Africa, which I think there's more green areas which we can bring products, are not coming. And that's very sad. So always, yeah, I don't know what it is to bring things here, how it takes, but they have to do a lot to do that, to get into the market, because that will improve Africa a lot. Because nowadays, most Africans that are living in Europe are more than what we can even imagine. And they all demand to get their goods. Yeah.
And that's a business opportunity for Black entrepreneurs. In your own estimate, that gap, how much do you think, if one to key into that gap, how much do you think someone will need to be able to start? And what are the legal requirements? What are the permits that are needed to be able to key into that space?
I'm not in the business of transporting things to this here and there, but I think if somebody is interested and will go through the channels, I don't think it's much difficult. What I think is they have to bring the good products from Africa to you. I'll give you an example. In my country, in Ghana, there are some oils which I don't see here. I don't see much of coconut oil, which I know is much there. I don't see much of groundnut oil, which is very expensive here. And they call it biologically. I don't see much of palm kernel oil. What I see much is red oil, fine. But all the three oils that I've already spoke of, these are good oils, which I think when it comes to the market of, to the European market, we can label it well. So somebody having an idea of doing this can begin with the research, can come to the markets here, can talk with people who have need it or want to use such products, and then bring samples and show them. That would be better. We have pepper. Pepper, for example, in Europe is very expensive. And they have, I know some of their peppers have all the way from Caribbean, from Suriname to Netherlands. What about we? We are just behind there, and we can't bring our pepper here. So yeah, I see that there's a lot of opportunities that has to be looked through. A lot of things. We have coconuts. The Chinese are now bringing their coconuts fresh here. We don't even know how to preserve it and bring it fresh here. And I know it's very expensive, but the way they present it, it makes it more nice. I even saw something yesterday. It's just banana leaves, just plantain leaves. They've cut it very well. And I use it in my restaurant to present, to put on the plate, showing my Africa culture that we can even eat on the banana leaves. And these banana leaves, if I tell you how much I pay weekly, you'll be like, whoa, it can be somebody's business. And they cut it well. And I know it's from Indonesia. And I know also Indonesia is not in Spain, it's far, but the people are bringing it and it's fresh. So I want to see how the Africans can come with these ideas, tap it, and then bring it to Europe.
Wow, thank you so much. Yeah, so for if you are ABC member and you want to join our spotlight for 5 minutes, just tell us what you do, please. You can just, let me see a show of hands. Miss Michelle, I have here an ABC member that says she's interested in the, I'm trying to look at the charts. Hold on, please. Miss Jonelle Murphy, she's a ABC GOC member. She says she's interested in the solar opportunities in the German markets. What do you think you can do to start?
What she can do to start, the first of all, to see if she'd only like to export to Germany is one question, or if she'd like to have her business here, because there are different points. If she likes to come to Germany or to get her business here, there are processes that she needs to have, that's like register the company, sees about what kind of the company, legal issues. Or it's only about export, is to see about the product, to look for partners. It's different kinds of approach. Depends on her goals.
I'd like to actually have my company in Germany.
Okay, that is nice. Then you can contact me and you can discuss every details.
Very nice. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's why we are here, to open up global opportunities for our members. So in case you are not yet a member of the Atlanta Black Chambers, please do that. We have the chat on the group. Let me put it on the chat again. We have members in different countries around the world. You know, we have almost like 30 regional leads in Africa, in Europe, in the Caribbean. So we have, boots on the ground everywhere. So if you want to do business, these are the people that you can reach out to and get things done. All right, so okay, Mr. Hans Blaze. Hold on, Miss Michelle. I will get back to you, please. Miss Hans Blaze, your hand is up.
Samuel, actually, this is Henry.
Yeah,
hey, good morning. I need to change my name. I just logged on. I heard, my question is, I heard Ricardo mention it the other day on our weekly call for the Atlanta Black Chamber, and I'm sorry, I forgot her name, from Germany. She mentioned it as well, but I keep hearing about micromobility, particularly when it comes to e-bikes. And so I guess my question here, if I have an e-bike company here in America and I'm selling and I'm renting e-bikes, how or what is the opportunity for me to do business over in Germany with that type of business?
For example, the German has a lot, the big cities in Germany, they have, for example, people that they buy in the government. They have some program that they give people the money to help them to let the car at home, like program to incentivize companies, people to buy it, to go with bicycle outside. So that's different kind. And if you like to bring your company, for example, if you have a production or to build here in Germany, or if you only to import and say like it's made in Germany, it's this different kind of legal topics. But for your side to know is they have German incentives for this kind of mobility, or Europe incentives, because they like to be carbon neutral, like I told you, by 5, and they are incentivate companies and people to buy, to let the cars at home, to take with a bicycle, like in big cities. There is a new movement, companies, for example, that they help their employees to buy this kind of bicycles, to incentivize, to motivate to a sustainable world. There is different kinds of possibilities, but you can, like I told Janelle, you can contact me and can start a discussion to see what is your company, has our capacity to know a little bit more details about the marketing. And of course, I can support you on this topic.
So that's interesting because we here in Atlanta started a couple of years ago. A group works with the state of Georgia, the city of Atlanta, and it sounds like you touched on that. Offer a rebate program as an incentive for consumers to buy e-bikes, for companies as well. And so we actually have those kind of programs going on in Atlanta right now. So is there an opportunity also to, I guess, share our best practices here in Atlanta to get in that market? Is it bigger on the rental side or people actually purchasing e-bikes?
They have different kind. People are purchase or e-bikes. Here they have e-bikes if they can, like, for example, to go to the supermarket with some transportation local. Depends, there are different kinds, but people are buying e-bikes a lot of in Germany, a lot of people.
And it sounds like you guys, I mean, for us, it's still a luxury and a novelty here. And we're trying to get people to that point, you know, when you got that last mile travel, and the rebate programs is a big help because everybody here still likes to get in their cars and, you know, profile in their big cars or whatever. So we really hadn't gotten into the bike movement overall here, but there's a huge push for it here. It's just taken a while for, well, cities like Atlanta may be popular in other places like San Francisco, but cities like Atlanta, we have a huge street festival called it's called Alive, and it's probably a 2 square mile area of vendors and people on their bikes, and they're blocking off the streets, and just get people interested in biking, whether it's an e-bike or a regular bike, but get them interested in micromobility. Do you guys have street festivals like that that are themed with bikes?
I'm not sure if we have a street festival, but what we have is, like, every city here, you have a way to go with bikes. For example, the city are construction here in Germany for e-mobility. Like, if you have your bike, you have a street only for you, for example. That's to motivate, to give them the security to go outside. And other different point here in Europe, or especially for Germany, the people, they like to be healthy, to have healthy, to go to make exercise.
Okay.
So there is the way that they choose to go to work, for example, because they have another lifestyle. And that is the point. Germans has a lot of style. So you see ladies here with 80 or 85 years old, they go with bicycles for do everything.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Henry, for those questions. Thanks, Michelle, for the answers. Now, I want to hand over to the chair. Ricardo is back. Thank you, everyone.
Oh, you guys are doing a good job, man. You should continue. It's always good to see, you know, there's the power of team, right? Just having folks that can step in for you. Thank you, Samuel. I think that was a good, that's a good job. You can keep going. I don't know if you need me to, why you need me to step in, but I'm here. So you can.
We need you to share your experience from, you know, in Germany and in the Netherlands. So we have Mr. Henry, we have Miss Michelle here. So, okay, so you are now our guest. So you are now the guest. So share your experience in Germany. What are the things that you see? What are the business opportunities that you see in Germany?
Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you. I think obviously, thanks to Michelle and the team, I see Jane is here, Simone is here, and I see who else is here that I see that I miss. Sissy, I don't know if Sissy is here, but there was a fantastic group of people that I was able to meet in Germany, in Darmstadt. I mean, and they have essentially really underscore the power of this experience that we are talking about here within just connecting global opportunities, connecting with each other. So that was really, really good. I mean, German food, Michelle made sure I tried some of that, right? And made sure that we connected with the chamber. I think she've already discussed all of those things. I don't see Henok here, but I know Henok is regional lead for Ethiopia, who actually lives in Germany, by the way, and he was able to organize a site visit at a coffee factory. And that's what's the name of that coffee place? Michelle, do you remember?
Pura Coffee.
Pura Coffee. And Pura Coffee has essentially given us a tour, and it was just fantastic what they've actually been able to do, bringing in coffee from Africa. And I think that was sort of one of the icing on the cake, being able to sort of see an operation that is actually taking place in Ethiopia. And if you are in the coffee business, these guys don't just want to bring coffee in from Ethiopia. At some point, they would like to be able to bring coffee from other places as well to be able to carry. So I think that's a huge opportunity too. But beyond some of the other things, I don't know if you had a chance to see some of the conversations that we've had with some of these business owners. We have a number of business owners that we met, Reginald and Sissy and Jane and Simone and all of these guys really sort of poured in. I see Samuel is also here. And one of the things that I like about what Samuel is doing is that Samuel, your namesake, right? So I'm sure you guys are good together. But Samuel, he is, and I'd like for him to spend maybe 90 seconds to talk about what he's doing. But Samuel has got the kind of business that you can basically scale anywhere in the world, anytime. And so that's a real opportunity for people who would like to sort of get behind stuff like that, right? Oftentimes we talk about the coffee, we talk about the cosmetics, we've talked about the bikes earlier, but he's in the software business, he's in the digital business, and he's able to, with his business, connect different worlds together. And I told him, because he's a very impressive young man, and I'm going to be prophetic here and say, he's going to be a part of our leadership in the future. And I hope you'll be able to accept that future
I
tense.
agree, Sam.
So let's have him.
But certainly would love to hear. Just quickly tell us who you are and tell us what it is that you're actually doing, and just share this example of the power of being able to connect worlds together, because I think what you're doing does exactly that.
Thank you so much, Richard, and of course, thanks for putting me on the spot. And really nice to meet you all. My name is Samuel. You can call me Sammy. So that is actually a distinction between me and Samuel as well. So I'm one of the co-founders for Kutana Pay, and Kutana Pay. What we've really been able to do is, as it stands now, especially if you're doing business, and in your case, all of you doing business across continents, cross countries. The one thing that's really important is access to financial services. We have seen that for business owners, being able to navigate, especially payments, cross country and cross continent is a huge issue. You've got Swift, which is your main kind of option when you want to make payment. Sometimes takes weeks, especially if you're doing payment to Africa and also taking money out of Africa, and just generally cross-border. What we've built is called Kutana Pay. Kutana is a Swahili word for connect. So basically you can say connect pay. And the goal for Kutana Pay is to make your payment and your access to financial services around trade easy, safe, and cost effective. And the way we do this, and I mean, if you would permit me, Samuel and Ricardo, I can literally just share my screen and take you through like a quick, just 30 seconds for everybody to see how the platform looks like and how it works, if that's okay.
It's going to be a tough challenge, Sam. We would love to, but if you have a video, if you have something that they can watch, you can just put it in the link. But I think that would be great for everybody to see. So please feel free to share that. And Sam is going to be a part of what we're doing. He's going to be one of our leaders. He's going to help us to grow in Germany alongside with Michelle. So it's important that we highlight those kinds of stuff. But I was very impressed with what he was doing. And it's not just him, because we have other people on the call that are doing amazing things in Germany also. But like I told you, he's able to sort of bridge the gap between different countries with his platform. And that's a very interesting lesson if you're looking to go global. Like, what is it that you actually have that can do that and do that very quickly? And so he's an example. So you really want to take a look at the platform, take a look at what he's done. And we're going to be hearing more about Katana Pay in the future. But thank you, Sam, for sharing that. I did want to also recognize Jane, and I see Jane and Sissy here, and it's hard to give Sam 60 seconds and not give Jane 60 seconds, and I think everybody's going to get 60 seconds, but I do want you or businesses here in Atlanta and from other parts of the world just to hear that from them. It's important that you hear from them, not just me. Jane, you have a powerful business as well. I mean, you literally create papers that you can plant after you're done with it and grow gardens and grow flowers. And I think that's amazing. Jane, could you just unmute real quick? And I want to give you 60 seconds just to talk about your business and essentially what you got out of the trip. Go ahead, Jane, real quick. Please unmute. Okay, there you go.
Yes. Hello, everybody. I am Janie from Germany, and I am the founder from Living Papers. Living Papers, it's a company that sells recycled paper within seeds from flour, vegetables, and spices. And with this paper, you can make your advertisement, like your company's card, your business card, flyer about your business, political flyers, everything in the world of papers. And when you give this paper, this product away, this product you can put you can plant it. It's a seed papers. You can make your advertisement, and afterwards your client can plant the papers that you gave to him.
Wow. Thank you, Jane. I think that's talk about sustainability. That's really helpful. I appreciate that. Simone, I see Simone is here also, and Sissy. Where is Sissy? I thought I saw her earlier. Sissy, are you able to share just 60 seconds what it is that you do, just so that folks can also know that they have we have a lot of people in Germany that you can count on to really help you. And I don't know if Sissy is able to jump on here and say something. But Simone, where are you? Are you able to just give us a quick
Simone already left because
Simone left? Okay. So that's
yeah.
fine. But you'll be hearing from them some more. But you know, the trip never stopped in Germany. It was just one of the legs. And you know, obviously I did go to Amsterdam, as you know, and I met Ernest and his wife, his lovely wife, and they've been running a great restaurant in the southeast of Amsterdam. And I think Ernest is still on the call and his wife is still there. And I just want to thank you, Ernest, because Ernest gave me a tour of the surrounding area, the stadium. This is right next to the train station. So if you go to Amsterdam, you take the train to Gold Coast, you literally just get off and walk across the street and you're right in Gold Coast restaurant. And I think that's just one of the most beautiful and convenient thing to actually do when you travel like that. Ernest, I know you talked a little bit earlier and you were sharing some of your thoughts. Do you have anything else that you would like to share with us on the call as it relates to, you know, I think your wife is also on the call as well, doing business in Amsterdam. You told me that the Southeast is sort of the black capital for Amsterdam, and I'd like the folks to hear why you actually said that.
I'm still in for Ernest. He's not around yet, but I'm going to try to answer, get into his brains and then answer. I believe the reason why he said that was most of the populated area of our Black community are here in Amsterdam, and also in the southeast of the Amsterdam area. And the southeast was originally created for the South Africans, Dutch people who were staying there. So when the apartheid ended, I think the idea was they thought maybe the Dutch descendants will come back to live back to Holland. So they created this area. And to their disappointment, it wasn't like that. They were allowed to stay and everything went on the way it is at the moment. And that's why this community became maybe easy for the Black community to enter here. Most of our descendants or our people are living here. It has been recently developed to a very high level, which is still going on. So we have the right to create more in the southeast of Amsterdam. It has now been proposed that they will put it into the heart of Amsterdam because the arena of the Amsterdam is here, the entertainment center is here, and the market is also coming here, and different things are going to be built here, which will make Amsterdam more better than before. So it's part of the idea, I think, Enes said he wants to establish his also origin restaurant here. And I think it's working because if you are living in Holland and you come around this area and you want to get something like African culture, this is the place you can get. You will see that even their community center here is much more with more Black people, Suriname, Antillians, Americans, and all other African community. This is where you can find them more. So that was the reason why he started to develop here with his business. Yeah.
Yeah, and thank you, Madam. Thank you, Madam Bawa. If you can just say your name again real quick, just so folks know, because beside a great man is always a great, fantastic woman, and I think Ernest shows up on the Zoom here, but just so that we can have the name, excuse me, for folks to call you by. Just tell us the name again.
My name is Sarah Bawa.
Sarah. Okay, so easy. So Sarah. Sarah is really the powerhouse behind Ernest, and what they're doing there is fantastic. If you ever go to Amsterdam, please go to Gold Coast and support. If anyone is headed there, do that as well. I want to come right back to and I see one of our good folks from France is on the call, and you will in the next power hour, which is next week or thereafter, you'll also be getting the same feedback from folks who we met in France and folks we met in the UK. So please join us for that, and ensure that you have that insight as well, or those insights as well. And does anybody have any questions that you would like to then ask any of the individuals that you heard from Michelle about Germany? I know some of you may have ask your question before, or you want to ask Sarah out in Amsterdam. Does anyone have any more questions that you'd like to just jump in and ask? Well, if not, then what we're going to do then is just take maybe some final remarks, Michelle. What are your final thoughts? Any advice that you have for American businesses, Atlanta businesses from other parts of the world who would be interested in coming into the German economy to operate? What sort of advice do you have for them, and how can they move the needle forward in that regards?
First of all, I'd like to say that German is a huge market. It's growing in different kind of sector. But my advice for you guys will be, if you like to come to Germany, pay attention in your sustainability strategies, because you cannot in the future make business with Germans or with Europe if you don't have the sustainability strategies clear for you. That is my point. And of course, if you need some support, we're here. And yeah, we looking forward to meet you quickly, to go to Atlanta in October with the German community, that we can get more contact with the people. Yeah, it would be nice. Thank you.
Fantastic. And we can't wait to see you in October as well, where we will have our conference. And this is the power of the delegation. Every time we go into a jurisdiction, we always have some folks who are excited about coming into Atlanta. So you guys have to get ready, because then you'll get a chance to really connect in person as well, and continue to build your relationship. Sarah, I want to also give you, and I don't know if Sissy has been able to come off mic yet, but Sarah, I want to give you an opportunity to share any last advice, any piece of advice that you can give. You've been a business owner. You've been steadily building your businesses. Any piece of advice you can give to us?
I believe that it's up to you yourself. If whatever you've been trying to do, try to get a good market research. Know how you're going to position yourself. Everything that you do, if you are persistent and you know where you want to go, you will reach your goals. I'm not saying it will be easy for somebody coming from Africa to join into the market of Europe, but if you study well and you do what is required, you can enter into the market, and whatever you want to do will be successful. So my piece of advice is persistent and push forward, do what is right, and then I believe you can reach there. That's my advice.
Awesome, fantastic. Well, this was good, guys. I do want to tell you that the hour has come, and the power continues. You have the opportunity to build and connect with each other. Janelle, I see your question in the chat about the import process for Germany, and we can certainly line you up with Michelle. We can certainly line you up with Michelle to answer some of those questions as well. But we're past the hour, but I do want to share with you just a quick video from Sissy. I think she was having a little difficulty coming on, but in her own words, she has also shared with us essentially what her thoughts are. And as we wind down here, I would love for you to just hear from her as we end this conversation. So here we go, guys. Feel free to take a look.
So I'm Sissy Modise. I'm South African, but I've been living in Germany since 2000. I started my business in 2001. And what I really do is I bridge business gaps that I identified back then between Southern Africa and Central Europe, mainly Germany, because that's where I am. So although some of that has changed in many ways. But yeah, that's what I do. So what do I do really? My everyday business, I look for projects here in Germany for companies that are looking for expansion in the African markets. And likewise, I would go to Africa and find good projects that I can either get funding for here or get know-how or technology, whatever it is. So that's basically what I do. It's pretty much a push and pull model in that projects that come from Germany go into Africa. We develop them there and implement them there. And likewise, projects that are coming from Africa needing to come to Europe or Germany, this is where we do it. So that's pretty much what keeps me busy. But why am I here today and why am I so excited to be here today is that I think I'm really witnessing an incredible event that I never thought I would see it happening, at least not in a hurry. But the need for expansion, for networking, for support from Black businesses has made it possible today. And I think we need to really take this to the next level. So today is our first day or first time welcoming, Black business from Atlanta. And we have Black businesses here in Germany, just talking about Germany. And, you will hear me talking about Germany or Central Europe. And the reason why I would say Central Europe is because we have 3 German-speaking countries in Central Europe, and that is Switzerland and Austria. But of course, we do have other countries like the Netherlands, Luxembourg, and others. But these three, they form what we call DACH, Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. We do have platforms through which we network, we do business, we forge whatever strategic relationships, but none of it is like this one, because this is formed from the need for networking and support from people who understand my pain, What I have come to realize is that when I speak, and I do have German partners in my business, when I speak about some of my pains, they don't really understand. They cannot relate to them, understandably so. So I don't believe that pain is just mine. I think there are many, many other Black businesses that are going through the same. We need to build this platform. We have it. For me, what makes it so critical is that we all have same needs. So they cannot relate because of many differences, like cultural differences, not understanding. So cultural differences makes all the difference. And I believe that in the Black communities, we are facing the same challenges. And as I was saying, what makes it really, really outstanding for me is that we have different networks, different experiences, different backgrounds, but our pain is the same. And because of that, we can collect all that we have and find ways in which we can then form those strategic relationships among ourselves, how we can support one another based on what we have and what is available. So for me, this is really, really something that should have been there a long time ago, but it's never late for anything. We're starting here today. I'm really, really excited because I can see the potential for it going forward. Everybody that I know that is here today is welcoming this step that we've taken. Thank you.
Fantastic. All right. Have a good day, everyone. I think she said it. We'll see you next week on the next Power Hour. Feel free to leave us a feedback. We've got a feedback form in the chat. Make sure you tell us if how we're doing, because we'd love to hear how we are doing and what we can do better. We'll definitely see you next week. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Samuel.